Sure. Thanks a lot. I wanted to ask about this the leaker of the Central African Republic rape allegations against the French forces. There's a, as I'm sure you know, there's a decision by the Dispute Tribunal to reinstate him or to suspend the suspension. And it says in it, this is what I wanted to ask you about. It says that he was met with on March 12, 2015, and the Deputy High Commissioner requested his resignation, adding that such a request had been made by the Undersecretary General for the Department of Peacekeeping Operations. So what I wanted to know is, I've heard from this podium that these alleged child rapes had nothing to do with DPKO, that DPKO has no link to them. So one, can you explain why the Undersecretary General of DPKO would ask for the resignation of the leaker? Two, why this request was made pending the OIOS report, which is constantly cited as we can't say anything until OIOS is done. And also, just finally, I wonder, is the abuse that's alleged in that report, does that make the French force Sangaris, eligible for listing on the Secretary General's Children in Armed Conflict Abusers Annex? Thank you.
Well, on the last, that would be a question for the Office of the Special Representative on Children in Armed Conflict to consider. But they certainly consider a wide range of allegations against many different forces around the world, and it would be up to them to determine whether that is one of those that would be fall under their purview. Regarding the details, you're quite right that the Office for Internal Oversight Services is continuing its investigation. While that happens, there's not a lot I can share about much of the substance of this to avoid saying anything prejudicial one way or another about the handling of this. Of course, what we've made clear is our concerns about the manner in which confidential information, in particular the identities of child victims of these extremely serious allegations, was communicated to external actors in possible breach of strict rules that exist to protect victims, witnesses, investigators. And that is something that the High Commissioner, High Commissioner Zayed, has made clear. Regarding what you said at the outset, yes, I can confirm that the staff member who was placed on administrative leave on the 17th of April with full pay pending the results of the investigation, that yesterday a judge of the UN Dispute Tribunal ordered that the decision placing the staff member on administrative leave be suspended pending the outcome of a management evaluation. The staff member has thus resumed service.
I have one follow-up question.
Yeah.
I've tried to do this in the correct way. My question, again, it goes back to this. It's been said, and it was said yesterday in a written response by your office, that the human rights due diligence policy doesn't cover Sangaris because of the link or lack of link between UN peacekeeping and Sangaris. So what I don't understand is, I understand the concern of the Office of the High Commissioner of Human Rights about names being redacted and possible threats to victims, but what is the possible connection between the Undersecretary General of Peacekeeping, which was not the author of the report, and which has been said from here is not connected to the report or to the force, to asking for this individual to resign other than the nationality of the USG, which is French? Can you explain why his role in paragraph 9 of the ruling?
First of all, I can't even confirm that particular charge. As I've said, many of these are pending the results of investigation, and I will await for that to come out to have the facts about this. The concerns that we have had are what I've stated and what I just said again right now, which had to do with the handling of evidence.
But is that peacekeeping's concern?
And regarding the issue of Sangaris, yes, what we have said is that the nature of the cooperation between the UN and Sangaris forces was not such that that we had any sort of command and control or operational links that would bring into play the human rights due diligence policy.
Okay,
yes.
I have another follow-up.